decided that we were going to defend today. My mind says I'm a defensive coach, but we've been scoring a lot of points, but we've been giving 84 points away. And we finally said, let's hunker down. I guess that's my favorite word for the last kind of 2 weeks, but we hunkered down and we did the job.
Questions? Kieran?
During the last press conference, you said we're going to get on a plane to Florida and decide who we really want to be this season. What do you think you guys decided out there today?
Defense is our mantra, and we're going to defend. We're going to defend like our life depended on it, and we're going to gang defend. And I just love the fact that one kid got beat and dropped her head. Next thing you know, another kid on our team came, and it was a second layer. She got beat, and the third layer came. That's what it's going to take. We're not going to be better than a lot of teams, but we can be one defensively. And if you're going to go against us, you got to know there's going to be layers of defense that we're going to put out there. And if we can stay with that kind of defensive mantra, we can be a pretty good team and hopefully emerge.
Coach, Lexi McNabb only had 6 minutes coming into the season today, and then today she gave you some really valuable minutes. What did you see from her out there today?
Well, what I saw from her for the last 3 weeks, that she has just surrendered to the process. And she just said, I'll do whatever it takes to help this team be better. And she doesn't know, I know that she have kids that are struggling. She brings them to her house and she talks to them. She's from a great pedigree and she understands the assignment. And then when her time came, she was going to be ready. I just love that she brought poise. I think she can be a coach. I think that just talking to her a lot, she actually really understands the game. I called the offensive set versus player to player, and she just shook her head no, and she like, we're going to go in the zone. And I'm like, I didn't even see it as fast as she did. So those are the things that I saw her do, and she can hit the 3 ball if she was wide open like that as well. But her whole objective is to find the open player, and the players love playing with her. And I think that we found another point guard. We got, no disrespect to Dom and Angelica, they're going to play too, but we can have a 4-headed monster, right?
Questions? Yep.
Coach, through the first 5 games, the second quarter was where things kind of fell apart sometimes, but today it's when your team really ran away with things. What do you think was the difference in this one?
Me calling Deasia Fair and asking her permission for us to have a second quarter with her number on it. She's like, yeah, everybody knows that Deasia Fair was number 2, and it has eluded us, and it has been interesting that quarter has been the toughest quarter for us for our first 5 games. And chatting with her when she was in Egypt, so we just kind of laughed and giggled about it. But we don't really care what quarter is good or bad. We just want the outcome to be the way it is tonight, where we have 3 great quarters and maybe a bad quarter or whatever. But I think they scored 6 points. That was like our Georgia was like, we're gonna lock down. If you're not flying around defensively, Coach, I'm asking you to sub them out. And we didn't have to make any subs because they were all flying around. I think that players love to play with players that give 100%. And Georgia was kind of holding back a little bit and just kind of being friendly. You know how you want to be. You don't want to ruffle the feathers. There's no more feathers. She ruffled every single one of them today. She might have to stay with me tonight because everybody's after her for some reason, like the fighter. I'm joking.
Yeah, Coach, you decided to start Olivia Schmidt tonight, her first career start. She was dishing it out. What did you see from her in this game, and what went into that decision to start her instead of Dom?
Practice. I'm one of those players that understood that practice is when coaches really need to make some decisions. Everybody on our team has earned a scholarship, and everyone deserves an opportunity. The ones that get the opportunity are the ones that earn it in practice. And Liv's been flying around that gym. She understands how to get 4 people on the same page with her, and she can hit the open shot, and she defends. She's small, but she's strong. And I just think that in the last couple practices, she's earned the right to have that chance. And you get that chance, you can blow it, right? She didn't blow it. She 7 assists, 1 turnover, and cheering on the bench, talking to the point guard that was out there. I'm really proud of the way they responded to the intensity of my purpose in the last couple of days. And it's going to be this way for the whole rest of the season. And they have to decide that if it's too much, because I have to stay this way because this is who I am. And Liv is one of those young ladies that even when the game was over, she's like, Coach, you still ready? I'm like, I'll never not be ready. And so she's a kid that can understand. Staten Island kid, tough, she's tough.
Yep, Karen, and then we'll go to.
You talked about how it's always going to be a team effort and it could be somebody new on any given night. You had 4 players in double figures, including Journey Thompson. What did her performance off the bench?
You know, Roxy, nurse McNabb, you know, said to me last night, she said, "What are you trying to do?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Journey is a mini Felicia Leggett. She's tough. She takes open shots. She doesn't care about credit. She just want to run and jump and fly around." And I'm like, I got lucky to get her from Arizona State, and she's worked her body in great shape. She's now calmed down, and she really trusts the process we're in. She is just, there's so much more room for her to even get better. She's tough as nails. There's a tie-up gonna happen. She's gonna come out with the ball. She's not gonna back down from anything. Gotta stop reaching though. We gotta get those fouls down because we're gonna need her down the stretch in games. And I'm just loving how our bigs are communicating with each other. I didn't know whether Journey was out there or Sanaya was out there or Izza. They were all about each other, understanding we have to stay. It's like 2 families out there. It's a big family, it's a guard family, then it's a third family, which is our Syracuse family. And we really worked on some things and it got that point. Then Journey was the residuals of a few points from that, but I just think her upside is ridiculous.
Couple more questions for Coach right here.
What are your thoughts about just playing here in the Destin area and kind of your thoughts on the tournament as a whole?
I love this tournament. Our kids seem to love the area. I asked the gentleman that's running this tournament, he says he's gonna have a tournament in December as well for next year, and we're looking for another tournament. I wouldn't mind coming back here because, you know, we're from Syracuse and there's no real warm weather down there. It's in the gym, it's 70 degrees every day in the gym for those recruits that wanna come and join us. But it's nice to get them out somewhere. We got a tournament that we're gonna be in Connecticut already, but this will be another option for us. He's always gonna have great teams. I think, you know, Missouri's a great team. And, you know, but our kids were at another level today, and we beat a good team today. And we were on the other side of you know, working hard and not falling short. I thought we did a lot of work against Albany. We fell short, and this time we were like, we're just not gonna keep it close, so we won't have that feeling in the locker room again. So I know how Missouri's feeling because they're knocking people off by 40, 50 points, and we really hunkered down defensively and stopped a really good team.
Last question for Coach. Yep.
Coach, it was announced today that the Lally Foundation bought 200 tickets for the U-Albany game. What does that say to you that the community has really rallied around and provided that support for your squad?
You know, we have a great community. You know, I had a bad day, right? And from what our attendance have risen 67% since we've been here. The fans are coming, and they really are a 6th player for us. And I am so grateful that, you know, we got a call from, you know, Miss Lally, and she said, I gotta do more, and she stepped up with not just 200 tickets, but she also gave us 100 tickets for our following game home game against Notre Dame. And got a call from the young lady that, famous lady from Skinny Atlas.
Mary Baldwin.
Mary Baldwin, she called and responded, and so many people responded, and it wasn't, you know, that was my rally cry, I guess, and you can't do it often, but I just want to, you know, share with my community that I am a Syracuse-in. I love this place, and if 5 people show up, or 1,000 people show up, or 35,000 people show up, that will be enough, and we will represent you the best way I know how, with passion, enthusiasm, and purpose, and love for our community and our school. So I like what Ms. Lally did, and if she didn't do it, I know her heart, and I know our community's heart, and we're gonna rise above it all together. I wanna shout out to our football team, doing a great job, our men's basketball team doing a great job. Tough little situation down there, but I tell you, those guys are working their tails off. We're all trying to create a dynasty for us to all be proud of. That's when we all win, and we're on our way. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach,